He dead ass said, so does a little foreplay. Oh my goodness. Hey, how's it going? How's life? My name is Sophia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a bit different, just a smidge. Today we're gonna be catfishing dudes on Tinder using Jace quotes. Jace from the Shadowhunters Academy. Now this is by no means an original idea. Cindy from Reads with Cindy was the first one to do it, and then my friend Katie decided to do it, and then my friend Tammy, and then my friend Rue, and then I did. Literally, we posted our videos back to back, and this is gonna be the series finale to that. So yeah, super excited. I will leave a link to all of their videos down below. I did do my best to try to just match with douchebags and potheads, and like you know the type of guy, the type of guy that just has his abs and nothing else as his profile picture. That's the type of dude I was going for. Either that or a pothead. So, you know, because I thought it would just be fun to mess with them. But yeah, so this is the picture I used and the profile I created. And so yeah, without further ado, let's get into the DMs or the conversation. Okay, so this first dude starts off with a gif of freaking Woody saying hello, and he's like, how's your day going? And I said, if I kiss you all day, every day, for the rest of my life, it won't be enough. And to this, he responded, yummy. And I said, unfortunately, Lady Heaven, my one true love remains myself. And then he proceeded to block me. So, the next guy was like, what's up? And I said, I am stunningly attractive. And he said, sure. And I replied, I figured you'd be less cranky if you had something nice to look at. Flips hair emoji. And then he proceeded to ghost me. Not off to a good start. And then this dude had like, he had on his thing that he was a pothead. And so Savannah was like, yo, hit him with this quote. All things tend toward entropy. The whole universe is moving outward. The stars pulling away from one another. God knows what's falling through the cracks between. And he's just like, deep. And I say, who can say what got Victorian ladies hot beneath the petticoats? And at this point, he just replies with a question mark. But yeah, and so this other guy was just like, I messaged him, and dudes be like, I love a woman that takes charge. But as soon as you message them first, they're just like crickets. But yeah, except for this one guy. This one guy, I was just like, I figured you'd be less cranky if you had something nice to look at. He's like, what's up? I do. What you got to show me? And then I just hit him with a curve. I responded, if a demon grabbed me every time I was obnoxious to Simon, I'd have died the day you met me. And then he didn't respond. This one guy, hey, okay, guys, why just hey? Like, what am I supposed to do with hey? Like, come on, like, I need you guys to be more creative. Like, when you're trying to pick up your girls, y'all need to be more creative. Hey, like, what's hey supposed to do for me? This one guy was just like, hey, I said, I'm stunningly attractive. He said, is that right? And then I responded, I'm usually remarkably good-natured. Try me on a day that doesn't end in Y. He said, I see you, lol. So is your name really Maya or just a Tinder name? And I was like, all I know is that I love you. And for the first time, that's good enough. And he responded with an emoji, like with a straight face emoji. And I'm just like, every time I think I'm missing a piece of me, you give it back. And he's nice. And then I responded with, you're crazier than I thought. And then he had the audacity to be like, I bet. And I said, if there was such thing as terminal literalism, you'd have died in childhood. And then he didn't respond. Okay, so I texted this one dude and I was just like, watching me play Scrabble is enough to make most people swoon. Imagine if I actually put in some effort. And he's like, I like that energy. And I said, a date. Often a boring thing you can memorize in history class, but in this case, offering of an evening of blistering white-hot romance with yours truly. He said, vocabulary, intuition, poetic, and good-looking. You're a tale of legend. But I guess that means it's a date with destiny. And I'm just like, if you wanted me to rip my clothes off, you should have just asked. And he's like, you're a comedian, and proceeds to give me his number. At this point, I'm just like, I don't know how to de-escalate the situation, so we're not gonna do that. And then this one dude, again with the hey. So this dude, hey, and I was just like, if there was a such thing as terminal literalism, you'd have died in childhood. And he says, LMFAO, don't get me wrong, I hate that boring hey, but apparently I get more of a response with heys than my usual conversation starters. And I said, I turn myself down occasionally, just to keep it interesting. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is who I am. He's like, but what do you mean by you turn yourself down? Lol. And at that point, I didn't respond. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one guy, he's like, hey there, beautiful. And I'm just like, I'm stunningly attractive. I can tell by one picture. This emoji. But yes, stunning. I'm just like, watching me play Scrabble is enough to make most women swoon. Imagine if I actually put in some effort. He's like, that's where you went wrong. I'm a man though, and for us it's not as easy as the women. Men have to swoon and play and Scrabble. And then the two emojis, and I'm just like, okay bro. And then the two emojis, and then he's like, that's what happens when you fall. Everything that was bright about you becomes dark. And he's like, well then, how hard the fall? Well then, on how hard the fall, the faster you get up and push through the dark. And push through the dark up the light. And then I'm just like, okay. And then he's like, I like your vibes. Weapons, when they break are mended, can be stronger at the mended places. Perhaps hearts are the same, with a little emoji. He's like, wow, shit was deep. Sorry. He's like, wow, shit was deep right there, baby girl. All wounds may bleed, but once healed, ready for war all over again. Just ordered sushi from Uber Eats. And then Tammy proceeds to say he doesn't deserve sushi. And I'm just like, if you're trying to distract me from talking about my feelings, you're not being very subtle about it. You know I make speeches. He's like, you could go ahead, talk about anything you got going on. It's a non-judgment zone. And I've caught up on, I'm not much of a writer myself, but I gave it a go. I'm just like, all things tend toward entropy. The whole universe is moving outward, the stars pulling away from one another. God knows what's falling through the cracks between them. And then he didn't respond after that. The caucasity of these men. Alrighty, so things look a little bit different. My camera died. Okay, so the next guy that Jace tried to catfish, this time I responded first, and I was like, usually I'm good-natured. Try me on a day that doesn't end in Y. Classic line. He said, okay, deal. And then I responded, sarcasm is the last refuge of the unimaginatively bankrupt. I see you have a big personality. I like it. Lol. how's your day been going so far? And then I responded, I think they'll probably put that on my gravestone. And he said, well, that's definitely a good trait to be remembered by. And then I said, what is it about mundanes and their overwhelming compulsion to state the obvious? And I didn't get a response apparently. This next guy is like, what's up, gorgeous? And then I responded, what is it about mundanes and their overwhelming compulsion to state the obvious? And he was like, I think it boils down to knowing online dating is a pastime and effort really isn't necessary because it always ends one of two ways. And I'm just like, why not just stay here and stab 50 of our own people to death? Save the time. He's like, because that would be illegal and not very fun. And then I responded, it wouldn't be my move. First the candy and flowers, then the apology letters, then the ravenous demon hordes, in that order. And he's just he knew what was going on, because he responded, oh, you're doing a bit, haha, got me. And I was just like, oh, I didn't respond because honestly, like, I've been busted, so what's the point? This guy goes, hey beautiful, what's up? And I responded, looking better in black than the widows of our enemies. And he said, I'm confused. You saying you look hot in black? I could totally see that. And I said, I am stunningly attractive. He's very true. I can see you looking hot in black, but how about red? Okay. And I said, if you want... And at this point, I'm just like, fuck it, let's go all out. And I responded, if you wanted to see me rip my clothes off, you should have just asked. He's like, you read my mind, smirking emoji. And I'm like, unfortunately, Lady Heaven, my one true love remains myself. And at this point, like, literally at this point, I'm just like, I texted the group chat and I'm like, y'all, we got a fuck boy on our hands. Like, this is what I have been waiting for my entire life. And so he's like, that's fine. Do we really need to be in love to make love? Because I can think of a few things we should be doing with no strings attached. Okay. Okay. And then I responded, just remember that a little sweet talk works wonders. And he's like, and then I had to clutch my pearls. Homeboy said, so does a little foreplay. And like, at this point, I'm ready to delete the app. Like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Like, I just need to be done with this app. But I'm just like, yo, this is like the first interaction that's pretty dope. Like, I need to delete this app, but I'm just like, I want to stay on here just to mess with this dude just a little longer. And then I was like, where are the torrid fantasies? And he said, cops and robber, or bad student and sexy teacher. And then I responded, at this point I really should have deleted the app. And I was just like, and I said, I don't want to push you into anything, but do you maybe want to kiss me? And he said, he legit said, I'd kiss you all night if you let me. Okay kid. And he's like, and darling, he's like, and darling, don't be afraid to push me into anything. Pretty sure I can handle whatever you push my way, with the emojis. And I'm just like, oh my god, these dudes really be out here thirsting. But okay. And so, and then I was like, I said I just wanted one night with you, but I want every night with you. And then he's like, it's like you're taking the words right out of my mouth. And then he asked, do you have a Snapchat or Instagram? And then I'm just like, okay, kid. At this point, I'm tired mentally, emotionally. I'm just drained. And I'm like, I need to delete this app. But I'm like, I got one more. And so this one guy, loud, but he's like, you're so sexy. Where are you from? And I responded with, since the first time I saw you, I have belonged to you completely, with heart eyes emojis and a bunch of hearts. And like at that point I was just tired and I was just like, guys, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And then Tammy and Rue were just like, sis, delete the app, just delete it, like let it go. And so I did. But yeah, so the moral of the story is Jace is a flirtatious hoe, and all of these men are basically in love with Jace. Like, he got a big personality, I can't blame him. But yeah. That is all I have for today's video. What's the worst pickup line you've ever heard from a guy? Like, because guys have some pretty horrible pickup lines. So feel free to comment that down below. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you soon with another video. And until then, I will see you soon. Bye.